Okay, good day. So, from the previous video, natutunan nyo doon kung paano mag-expand ng given na summation in sigma notation form. Dito sa video na to, matutunan nyo pabaliktad. We're going to write a given expression papunta sa sigma notation form. Okay? And I have here four examples. We have number 1, we have the expression is 1 plus 1 half plus 1/3 plus 1/4 plus until it reaches 1 over 10. Okay, ilalagay natin in sigma notation form. Pag-aralan muna natin kung paano nagvavary yung ating terms. No? Sulat natin siya into yung 1 into this form which consists of numerator and denominator. So that is equal to 1 over 1 plus 1 half plus 1/3 plus 1/4 plus until it reaches 1 over 100. Now, okay, gamit yung ating sigma of the uppercase Greek letter natin na sum, the equivalent sigma notation of this expression is we have the Greek uppercase letter sigma followed by the expression that represent each term of our expression. Papansin natin, constant yung kanyang numerator, yung denominator lang nagva-vary. So, yun tayo maglalagay ng variable sa denominator. So, we have 1 over the variable n. Gamitin ko yung n. Now, ang lower bound natin ng ating sigma notation or sigma, ang gagaling dito. Okay? At ang ating upper bound, gagaling dun sa ating last term ng ating expression. Okay? So, ang ating denominator to na nagva-vary is from n equal to 1 from n equal to 1 to 100. Okay? So, that is our answer dun sa ating example number 1. Okay? Okay, how about number 2? So, tingnan natin kung paano nagva-vary yung bawat terms natin dito sa given expression. Let's say factor natin si negative 1 from 1. So, the result is negative 1 times 1. Okay? And how about we factor out negative 1 also to 2. So, the result is negative 1 times negative 2. Okay? So, mababago siya. So, erase natin yung negative 1 so that we're going to have the same result to sa ating expression on top. Okay? Paano yun? So, if I'm going to factor out negative 1 here and multiply to 1, the result is negative 1. But it is also the same if I'm going to raise 1 here dun sa ating negative 1, right? So, try natin gawin yon dun sa second term na si 2. Let's say negative 1 times 2. Okay? What if I raise this to 2? Parehas ba lalabas to rin? Yes, we have negative 1 squared is positive 1 times 2 is 2. Okay? How about lagay natin doon sa kabila? We have negative 3 that is equals to negative 1. Erase natin to an exponent of 3. And i-multiply natin sa 3. We got the same answer, negative 3 rin. Try natin. Negative 1 cube is negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. How about kay 4? 4, sorry. That is factor natin sa negative 1. Erase natin into 4. And then, multiply natin kay 4. Gawin natin yan hanggang kay 25. Let's say negative 1 raised to 25 times 25. Exponent, the result is negative 1 times 25 is negative 25. So therefore, using these expressions or new expressions, we can write our sigma notation in this form. We have summation of, we have a constant of negative 1. And then, gamitin natin ay si I to represent dun sa ating expression, na siya integer. We have here I, nagbabari siya, yung kanyang exponent. And then, multiplied also to, remember, yung ating exponent here equal dito sa isang factor of this product. So, kung ito ay 1, this is also 1. If this is 2, this is also 2. Therefore, if this is I, it should be multiplied also to I. Okay? And our lower bound is I equal to 1. Upper bound is 25. So that is our answer para dun sa ating example number 2. Okay, we have example number 3. So for the third example, we have a sub 2 plus a sub 4 plus a sub 6 plus a sub 8 plus until a sub 20. So ang makikita nating pattern dito sa ating example number 3, yung subscript ng ating a, lahat sila ay divisible by 2. What if we factor out 2 sa lahat ng mga subscript ng ating a? So the result will be like this. A sub 2 times 1, okay? Plus a sub 2 times 2 plus a sub 2 times 3 plus a sub 2 times 4 plus until the last term is a sub 2 times 10. Okay? So therefore, ang ating sigma notation, kita natin yung kanyang pattern. Okay? So sigma notation of this expression is we have a sub 2, let's say times j. Gamitin natin variable ay j. Ang ating lower bound is 1, upper bound is 10. From j equal to 1 to 10. Okay? So that is our answer dun sa ating example number 3. Okay. Next and last example natin. We have 1 plus 1 half plus 1 fourth plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 plus, plus 1 over 32. Kulang. 1 over 32, 1 over 64, and 1 over 128. Okay. So, tingnan muna natin yung pattern niya. So, 1 can be written in terms of 2, okay? Kasi all of these is multiples of 2, okay? So we have 1 over 2 to the 0 plus 1 over 2 to the 1 plus 1 over 2 to the second power, 1 over 2 cubed, 1 over 2 to the fourth plus 1 over 2 to the fifth, 1 over 2 to the 6 plus 1 over 2 to the 7. So therefore, ang kanyang equivalent na sigma notation is summation of constant yung nasa taas, 1 over 2, let's say k, okay? Gamitin natin. From k equal to 0, which is the lower bound, the upper bound is 7. Okay? So that is our answer para dun sa ating example number 4. Now, meron po bang ibang solution dun sa example number 4? Pwede pa rin, ano? So, pwede tayo mag-start sa lower bound na 1. Okay? Paano yun? Let's try this one. Let's say summation of 1 over, let's say ang ating lower bound is k equals 1. How are we going to come up with 2 to the 0 here? So that should be 2 to the k minus 1. So that is 1 minus 1 is 2 to the 0. Okay? Now, the last term should be 2 to the 8 minus 1. So therefore, the upper bound is 8, not 7. To obtain the last term, which is 1 over 2 to the 7. So therefore, number 4 is not unique, no? Kasi we have 2 possible answers for example number 4. It happens kapag nangyayari to sa topic na sigma notation. But anyway, we have 2 possible answers. So that is how to write the given expression into equivalent sigma notation form. So thank you.